Back, folks. Quick reset for the stream here. The rulebook does require a delay set on the stream, and so therefore we did have to restart the stream since we unfortunately did not have a delay on it originally. Just a small oversight, but luckily we are back, and I think we were talking patch notes and Busan Kao, everyone. Busan Kao. That was a ripoff. That was $40 out of my pocket.
I disagree.
I think that was a bargain. It's worth it. But it is a lot. For
Hey! Oh my God!
No!
Hey! What the hell?
Put Busan Kao back.
What are we doing? Dude, literally, public enemy #1, Southwest. But earlier you mentioned North versus South. I can't tell which side we're in. I'm seeing some palm trees right now with Bennett Spino's little man bun going on there.
Yeah.
It's feeling quite tropical around here.
We feeling tropical, though. I think if you walk outside the library, you will disagree with that a lot. It is sad, kind of cold, and quite rainy right now.
Perfect weather.
Perfect weather, truly. Truly. Perfect weather. But yeah, we were talking about patch notes here. New patch came out.
Indeed. Unfortunately, kind of a nothing burger of a patch for those hoping for a bit of a shakeup. Now, I'm quite happy with the meta right now. My tanks are pretty viable. And, not much was touched. Some a little bit worse. The hazard that I play is not as good as of right now. But my other main one is Junker Queen, and she was relatively unfazed by patch today.
That is true. Risa got debuffs.
Which is always good. It's never good nice when that terrible centaur is running my lobbies. I actually hate it, if you can believe it. It's terrible.
As a former Winston main, I hate Orisa with burning passion.
Really? You don't like that everything you do gets by one of her 18 abilities? Jump, spear. Okay, well, we'll try again in a second. Jump. She does a little spinny thing. It's never a good day.
It's never a good day. It's never a good day.
And then you think you're like, she used all of her cooldowns. I'm finally on top of her team. And then she does her big ultimate, and you're
or
back
just
at
presses
it.
shift and suddenly gains the world's biggest shield.
And suddenly she's immune.
Yeah, immune to everything.
She gains God status.
Yeah,
actually.
We are certified Orisa haters. I say that, I definitely just play Orisa Malga in solo queue.
Well, there's having respect, and then there's needing to get that dub. You know what I mean? And here at Stout, we're about that W.
We're about that W.
We have a common phrase among the Overwatch team here is Stout always gets their one. If we look back across the history, sometimes we don't always take home a W, but we always take home at least one map. Stout always gets their one.
Stout always gets their one. And right now, they've gotten their one quite a few times. Currently undefeated. The only team currently in the Kato Clash standings that is currently undefeated as well at 4-0. Though Texas A&M not far behind at 3-1. Have you heard anything about this Texas A&M team?
So some of the scouting that we've done and looking at a lot of the other teams, Texas A&M is one of 3 or 4 teams that we've noticed that are probably some of our scarier matchups.
Yep.
Those 3 or 4 teams mainly being MNSU, Mankato, University of Cincinnati, Texas A&M, and then Carthage.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately Cincinnati FF'd against us, which is really sad because we were looking forward to playing them. We scraped by a 3-2 victory over Mankato, and then just last week actually, we got a 3-1 victory over Carthage. All of those teams definitely showing that they were worthy competition by taking one or more off of us, which is why I'm expecting a really great series out of today. I would love to say my boys in blue out there are going to be 3-0ing this team, but we're realistic and we know that we're coming up against some tough competition today. So should be an exciting series.
And we'll certainly be looking to kick off the action today. It's going to be on Lijiang Tower, and Flack's favorite.
Actually, that looks like Lotus. We might have swapped
that.
teams,
Yeah, that is indeed Lotus, folks. Joke's on you. This is a Valorant stream. We're about to watch the No, I'm kidding. But Lijiang has been picked for that control first, as well as a ban on Ball and a ban on Wu Yang.
Admittedly, the Wu Yang ban, I'm a little bit surprised by. The Ball ban was definitely from Texas A&M, which means they've done their homework and they've done their scouting because Flack is known for his ball character. Wu Yang, however, has been historically very, very strong in, the past couple of weeks, but he was hit by some pretty hard nerfs today.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Jumping jacks are being done right now, apparently. Got to get that pregame warm-up in. But, like you said, yeah, Wu Yang kind of down from that post-launch, buff that you get, be broken, and then get sent down packing, unless you're Freya, and then it takes 15 patches to...
I think I'm still waiting on that.
Yeah, I think we all are still waiting on that one to get nerfed.
Scratched my head today when the patch notes came out. I was like, I was expecting a Freya character here, but next patch, maybe.
Next patch, maybe. Next patch. But yeah, the banned Wu Yang coming from Stout, got confirmation on that, and then the ball ban on Li Zhang, though that does mean, I do believe Kato Clash runs the rule where you cannot ban a character twice in a row.
Yes.
So, ball will be available for next maps. It'll be interesting to see what Stout will end up running here on Li Zhang.
Yeah. I know that Stout had also done a little bit of their homework, and the fact that they ended up on Li Zhang, usually their map pick is Ilios, but for the most part, that's kind of what they prefer, and they like that ball character on Ilios.
Yeah, as we are soon to kick off here, it's going to be the Ramantra comp coming out from the side of Stout, as well as the Zarya from Texas A&M. As the frame rate drops and we kick off into some action here, it's going to be the tanks up front right now. Shields coming out. That Molly from the Soj, my goodness, it's been a while since I've seen Overwatch getting played. Out there on the bridge, going to force Texas A&M around the other way as Stout rotates over to block this one off. No real aggression yet, as now Zarya on top of point, bubble around. Once again, the Molly out just to split the teams in two there. No deaths yet, though. Casty here on the flank. Crybaby brought low by Krill. Now the Ramantra nearly running towards them. But once again, it's just going to be a bit of a stalemate here on the point. Tank versus tank. This is the Overwatch gameplay you want to see. As finally we have our first death. Ear Pocket Cat, Kiriko Kunai straight to the head. Eve falls as well at the hands of Spinal, and things are slowly unraveling here for the side of Texas A&M as their Kiri finally goes down now. Flack low, but he'll get healed up, and Stout captures the point.
This is exactly the kind of game plan that both teams are looking to play for. Both teams kind of waiting for the other team to make their first mistake, maybe overextend a little bit. With Stout, they've got with that Pharah, Soj, Lucio, Kiri, and then even Ram. There's a lot of projectile spam just coming down at your face. A lot of poke. And especially with that Kiri, which is what ended up securing Stout that first pick, it was probably a direct hit by Southwest, and then immediately into a Kiri dink from your Pocket Cat. Immediately securing a kill.
Yeah, and speaking of kills, already Flack just tunneling down the tunnel there, took down two. Crybaby will trade one back, but it will cost him his life. The Faru duo will not go the way of Coconut. Spinal shooting her in the head. And Stout, once again, wipes the floor here with Texas A&M. Ultimately, just couldn't really do too much.
The one thing that I am hoping to see Stout do, if potentially this starts turning sour for them, we played Mankato against this exact same Zarya comp. And what we did is, now admittedly I probably shouldn't be saying this on stream because we're not too proud of it, we had to swap to a Reinhardt Bastion May. So, like I said, Stout's about that W. And
makes me proud.
Yeah, sometimes you do what it takes.
Makes me proud. I ran many Bastion comps when I was coaching. Tells you how good of a coach I was. But Stout, while we were talking about that, will ultimately pick up a team kill there. Keeping that point now on to 80% here. There is a Zarya ult available for Texas A&M if they want to turn this fight around, and probably soon to be Juno ult. They used to carry one in the last fight. But Stout will have that ult on Flack, Spinal, and Krill. The beat could come clutch either for offense or defense, but Texas A&M re-aggressing finally. We finally hit overtime, so it's all to do for Texas A&M here. Zarya ult gonna come out. Pharah will fall caught in that one. Beat comes down to save the team. Crybaby brought low. Juno ult out as well. The counter coming from flank here. Gonna pop the Ramatra Storm there, but it won't be enough for Stout as 3 fall, but still 3v2 left on point, but with the Zarya still alive, Stout wisely choosing to back out and pocket that Kiriko ult to boot.
I would have liked to see Flak maybe hold on to his ult there. Now, admittedly, numbers-wise, that was a good thing. It was just kind of unfortunate that that beat from Krill came in a little bit late, and Southwest was able to get picked off a little too early. I think maybe if that beat comes in a little bit sooner, or Southwest stays out of the grab, they potentially win that with Rush. But it looks like they're starting off this next fight with Rush. Flak hard engaging with his Nemesis form, walking, looking to slow. Ooh, your pocket get gets takedown early. Blossom coming out from the Reaper. Zarya getting low. Flak also low though. Looks like this one might be Texas A&M dub.
Yeah, ultimately Texas A&M dub there. The Kiriko MVP thing, blocking the kill feed. I think Reaper Crybaby pripped up a pretty clutch ult there. 2 deaths went the side of the flower ult there. Ultimately took down. They do have the only ult in play, actually the only 2 ults in play right now. One on the Pharah, one on Cupid Soldier. Southwest on a bit of a flank over here as Texas A&M looking to hold the point. Ooh. Coconut Falls want to be a little aggressive there, maybe use that ult, but now DPS down. They're going to pop the Kiri ult and look to rush here off the back of that. Forcing out Flak, but the shield does enough there. No real damage done to Stout yet, but finally Wanter does pick up a kill. Southwest tries to trade in response, and they also capture the point behind. But even the back cap won't be enough. Texas A&M, though it looked dicey, ultimately successful in their defense.
At the very least, what we got to see there was, unfortunately, that did not go Stout's favor. We did have to expend the Pharah ultimate for it. We did flip, which means that fight did not actually, you know, buy Texas A&M any extra percentage.
Yeah. That is the big part there. Stalled them out for just a little longer. Still 2 outs on the side of Texas A&M. Southwest picks up the first one on Crybaby. Coconut pops the ult for Krill. Southwest and your pocket cat will fall too. It's all on 2 now for Stout, Spinal, and Flak. Flak popping the ult. Ultimately will fall without any healing, and Spinal shot down from afar by Coconut. And it's going to be the reverse take there on the map. Texas A&M goes up 1-0 from 99% down.
That was a really, really well done by Texas A&M. Kind of forcing them to, like, you know, their ult economy was very, very good. Whenever Stout was trying to look to use ults to contest, A&M always had at least 1 or 2 to kind of answer to that, or even take control back from Stout. A little Ramatra visual bug there. Looks a little scary with all of his appendages out on display.
Yeah, that is Ramatra. Kind of looks like he's T-posing from up here in a really derpy way. As it's going to be point 2 here on Li Jiang, the Bastion out from Spinal. It's my favorite character, folks. The Symmetra turrets immediately brought down by Stout. Once again, a bit of a poke fight, just seeing who can get what. Maywall will get the Reaper off. TP comes through, brought low. Shield ultimately on him. He'll live through that. No depths yet. A lot of health half bars on the side of Texas A&M as Flak decides it's party time and heads right on in. May ultimately lives through that one, takes down Crybaby. Your pocket hat picks up Coconut, and now the Zarya all surrounded. Still a very just tanky character. It is a tank after all. Will finally fall to Flak. Spinal picks up the bomb grenade kill on Kiri. Juno caught off in a bad place and will fall there as a bit of a stagger.
Good stagger there from Stout, holding that, you know, key part of Texas A&M's whole comp right there. That obviously the support that dictates their engages. Bought them an extra like couple percent. Ooh, and a pick off. See this combo that we've got from Stout right now with, oh my goodness, the Southwest walls are it's truly a delight to see. That man knows how to play Mei. He's got little devil horns that he puts on every time he picks that character. Little icy devil horns.
He is a blue devil after all here at Stout. Shield gonna go onto the Reaper, who's gonna go way into an engage, but a May ult here is gonna freeze multiple, including the tank. Wander will fall, Evil fall, Crybaby goes down, and the engage falls apart for Texas A&M as Stout off the back of a May ult picks up 3 and has 3 ults of their own for this next fight.
Almost 4 with Flash
Yeah.
sitting at 93%. That's going to be just a little bit of spam, and he's going to have that too. I think A&M is going to look to use Rush here to go in first. Stout decides to make the first move. Black looking to go in. Ooh, forcing out that. They get a pick. They realize they just don't need to be here. Spinal also looking for an ult, seeing if they can get something. Ooh, gets walked out heavily though. Southwest trying to protect him. The beat comes out a little bit late maybe. Trying to look for something here. Ooh. Looks like we do get to 90% though, so this could be in last fight territory for Stout if they manage to retake this. Coming in this next fight though, no support ults on the side of, on either side actually, but we're looking at a tank and both DPS ults from Texas A&M versus only the flag annihilation.
Yeah, the Ram ult there. Texas A&M gonna pop Crybaby's ult early on, but the wall does most to mitigate that one. Ultimately will not pick up anyone with that ult, though it is built up rather rapidly. He's gonna hide in the corner as Stout regroups, make sure their health bars are on high, as now Flack decides it's time to go in. Zarya ult, but the May wall will come in for the defense. Able to live through that, UW-Stout, luckily due to that wall, but doesn't pick up a kill for the side of Texas A&M either, and we're right back where we started for both these sides. Nobody checks left either. Crybaby just ran past. Zarya caught out here by the wall, picked off and brought down. Once both supports on the side of Stout will go down though, so no healing coming in, and now suddenly the tides may be beginning to turn here for Texas A&M, though Flack picks up Coconut, but ultimately Crybaby caught out, hugging the corner too much. Texas A&M able to win that fight early on, but now the extended fight coming in here now. Flack rushing over. Stout's going to capture up this point as Texas A&M comes in for the counterattack here, swapping to a Ramatra of their own. Kiriko ult come out, and May ult with everything out. They want to kill this tank, and they do. Bring down 3 UW-Stout. Now with the Kiriko ult here, they'll just rush forward to prevent anyone else from touching points. Stout evens this one up at 1-1.
It was a good answer from Stout after round 1. I will say though, TAMU has been doing a great job right there. Once again, that crazy good ult economy. They probably bought 40% for themselves off of 2 ultimates alone, right? Now, admittedly, I'm trying to wonder if maybe some of the Stout players have a little bit of a crick in their neck and they're not able to turn their head left. Because
Yeah.
I watched my beautiful boy Flack walk past that Reaper sitting in the same corner 3 different times, and I'm a little bit curious why, and I'm wondering if maybe the plan was to just ignore him and then have his DPS look at him, but I'm a little concerned there for them, at least for their health. Both teams looking like a very similar comp. TAMU's going to get there a little sooner because they did have that Symmetra. However, both teams are still going to have to fight for this main area. Flack has a little bit of a better scenario right now with the extra perks on ramp, which he's taking full advantage of, securing an early kill on their Juno.
Yeah, Juno gonna fall there.
Oh, that's a mean headshot onto Coconut from Spinal.
That's mean. While falling back as well, will almost guarantee Stout the point here as well. Just an early pick there, like you said, off the back of good perks, as well as that May wall just to split off the team. The May wall's been kind of coming in deadly, and Texas A&M not doing too much to really have a character that can really burst that down, right, besides maybe the Sode,
Yep.
right?
May is a very, very difficult character to play into. Looks like they're hard engaging right now. A nice solid wall coming out, forcing a lot of cooldowns from TAMU, which means Stout can just kind of walk on them for free. Juno goes off the map. Ram is looking to follow her as well. Is that a stagger?
I don't think so.
No, looks like he got grouped with the rest of his team. Unfortunately, he was smart enough to jump off the map. If he would have waited probably another second or two, that would have been at least a 5-second stagger for TAMU.
Knowing Crope, though, he would have probably booped him off the map.
Yeah. And you know what? Who can blame him?
Yeah.
If there's a sweet, juicy steak in front of me,
Who
who am I but to
Who am I
chomp?
not to eat on it? Once again, the wall coming out, unsuccessful that time for the Tide of UW-Stout. Ultimately wouldn't work, though. Flack low now in a corner by himself. Will fall. Southwest also going down as well. Stout chooses to fall back after losing their tank in that fight of finally Texas A&M. Gonna be able to take the point though. Spinal does trade back 1 kill, but I think Crybaby wanted to die anyways, as he is gonna swap to the Freya.
Spinal flexing his Overwatch Collegiate Homecoming spray here. That is not quite rare, I would say, but definitely not the most common. Ooh! Look at that mean poke damage coming in. That just allows Stout to just walk in like this because there's just so much damage flying in their faces. Ooh, and I would not want to be TAMU coming into this next fight. They do have 3 ults coming online, 2 of them support, 1 of them is the tank. Stout has 4 ultimates coming online,
Oh,
and 1 of them is beat.
Flack getting the snipe with
That perk is such a juicy perk to pick.
It is.
It feels so good.
It is so nasty.
Stout looking to maybe pull off TAMU's own strategy. Ooh, Southwest maybe a little slow on the uptake. Oh, but it doesn't matter. That's freeze and a wall.
Freeze and a wall, picks up the headshot, takes down Launcher. They were expecting it, yet still fell into the trap all the same. Eve gonna go down here, and it's all on the back of 1 player now for Texas A&M. 95%. I don't know if they're even gonna get a touch in time. It's gonna be on the back of Crybaby. Ooh, doesn't do it right.
Oh,
ooh.
Very unlucky.
Unfortunate for Texas A&M, as Stout, although they went down in the first map, ultimately going to be able to pick it up 2-1 as Busan Kyle has been moved. That is Flat, given the fist bumps, given the handshakes.
Look at the
to
spectators.
the team. Looking at the spectator, folks, reminder that Overwatch and all other varsity athletic esports programs are playing from the brand new $1 million esports arena, courtesy of a donation from the foundation and alumni board. Thank you very much. And those spectators, Odin, that is the Stout Esports Club. Want to remind the viewers at home what that club's all about.
Some generous guy here at Stout decided that there just wasn't enough room for esports here in this college in the varsity program. So he did the courageous thing and started a club for all the people that maybe didn't quite qualify or didn't have the schedule to play on that varsity roster. So we have several different teams going right now. We've got a few Overwatch. That's mainly who we're seeing right here. All captained by Simon Dronafried right there. Look at that. Look at that guy. He's got that good jersey. I'm waiting for him to realize the camera's on him. We'll wait a sec. I think the stream might be on a delay.
I think he chuckled on it. No.
Did he? Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness, it's Simon. But if anybody at home is watching this and is a Stout student, join the club. We're pretty cool.
Join the club. It is pretty cool. Yeah, many teams, a far more casual environment. It would have been the perfect thing for when I was a bench warmer. As the resident crap Overwatch player, I would have benefited greatly from that. But yeah, Stout Esports Club, and then of course our varsity program here, playing in the brand new $1 million esports arena. 34 Omen computers throughout a main stage. And if you are also in the area or just want to tune into the stream, October 18th, we'll be sending out a lot of reminders about that. There will be a Rocket League tournament that is bringing not only local rivalries like River Falls and Eau Claire, but has even enticed Big Ten schools like the Gophers and Michigan State. Tune in on October 18th for a lot of Rocket League madness at the Red Cedar Rumble. The first event hosted by this varsity esports program as well. But getting back to Overwatch, UW-Stout ultimately up 1-0 and will be heading to the next mode of push with a map to be determined. Stout able to come back from a deficit there in that first map.
See, Stout's biggest weakness is we start cold. You know, which can be a little bit of a problem because we also have a tendency to maybe get frustrated when we're not playing the game. Which, you know what? we've all been there. You know what I mean? We've all been in that exact scenario where it's like, I'm not winning, but I should be, and this is frustrating. But once they get warmed up, they are a mean green machine. I should say mean blue machine, but Danny, that does not rhyme quite too well.
No, it doesn't. And also, it should probably be Blue Machine. We are the Blue Devils,
We are the
after
blue
all.
machine. But I'm very, very proud of how they decided to come back there, of how they locked in. You know, Southwest, he's a big fight. Let's get a little close up on that Southwest guy. He's in a little jam. He's boogieing down right now. Oh yeah. Oh, we're getting there. Oh boy.
I am supposed to have messaged someone about getting these cameras properly set up with the controller. I won't lie, folks. I've been a little bit lazy with that one. So you can blame me for that. Hopefully soon, because right now it's literally just 4 arrows. It's like using a D-pad. That's how you control the cameras.
We should hook up one of those like old like Atari joysticks where it's like a fighter pilot.
We can. It's we need the IP of the camera because it is
I'm gonna guess before the map pick comes into us, judging by their reaction, I'm going to guess Esperanca was picked.
No. Oh, it is. Yes, Esperanca. My observer lied to me. But no, it is Esperanza will be map 2, and they'll even have Hammond for this one.
Yes, they will, which I fully expect to see because we were using that steak metaphor earlier. Flack is a hungry pit bull that is staring down a tender medium rare steak. Speak of that pit bull, there he is right there.
I'm fairly sure that steak could be like uncooked and he'd still go for it.
Oh yeah.
If
100%.
its name was, if it was called Hamster and was in the form of a hamster with a giant metal ball.
1,000,000%. That man is frothing at the mouth, fiending, some might say, for the wrecking ball pick. Oh, he's noticed. Oh my goodness, what a sweet boy he is. Look at that, sweet summer child. He's about to do some terrible things as a little hamster from the moon.
Yes, that is true. Bans so far, we do know that Ramatra has been banned on the side of Texas A&M.
Which I think is quite funny, considering Leo Flack.
They know he's going to play.
Leo Flack
ball.
is not known for his
Who's that
ram.
guy?
Unfortunately, they couldn't ban the ball, I suppose. So, you know, if you just lost to them on ram, you might as well. But it's kind of funny because Leo does not like playing brawl characters, and so banning a brawl tank, I think, is very, very funny.
That is very funny. I was a little confused by that one as well. However, also Kiriko banned out by us.
Wounding, I'm sure, your Pocket Cat, our flex support player, a GM Kiriko.
Oh.
And I believe they said their favorite character was Wu Yang, but
I feel like that's a lie.
Still, it's always got to be a sad day when the character that you're shnasty at is taken off the air.
That is true. Thank goodness I didn't play when hero bans were a thing. As a flank Moira one trick, that would have been the death of me.
Dude, it's been wonderful. The Overwatch community's been coming together. I'll load into a game wanting to play Junker Queen, and I'll see Zarya, Venture, Sombra, Reaper Band, and I'll be like, oh my goodness, the Lord is blessed. Thank you, Jeff Kaplan. Thank you, Aaron Keller. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be a great day if you were
brings a tear
if
to my
you
eye.
love playing Junker Queen.
Oh yeah,
They introduced Kiriko, and I could never play my character again.
The biggest call out that I give on Junker Queen when I'm playing her is if you hear the Suzu, scream. Just tell me, because as soon as that little ding goes off, I get to just run them down. It's wonderful.
I feel like that's how half the tanks work nowadays.
Yeah, but we're talking about Junker Queen right now.
All right, folks, as we head into Esperanza here, no surprise, Flack on the ball, Wanter on that Zarya here, and the Wu Yang is out as well for both teams. No need for the Kiriko. It's your Pocket Cat on their alleged favorite hero here as the action. Gonna kick off some long-range shots there from Crybaby. Obviously not gonna do very much as Flack on the ball, pushing 2 away. Oh my goodness, in the back line, Southwest here on the Sombra, trying to go for a flank. We'll get some poke damage in. Nothing more than some poke damage, but Flag on top of somebody brought low. Zarya Bubble will bail out the Soldier, and Coconut will not be cracked today. Reaper in the back line trying to pick someone up, but Coconut will pick up the first kill with a headshot onto the Genji of Spinal as Reaper from above booped away from the kill. Coconut picking up another there onto the Sombra. Both DPSs down for the side of Stout, and now Flack, who is antied, forced to back out as your Pocket Cat does trade one back.
That's the thing about the Zwuyan characters. Even after getting gutted today, the damage that they are dealing out is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, and especially with that. I mean, look at that. One shot. Dude, I bet you that Wu Yang's 1 health right now. Look at that. Look at the direct pocketing. Oh my goodness, he almost died. Flag going in. Does get slept. Pocket Cats. Oh my goodness.
So much damage comes out from the Wu Yang. And it's so precise too, right? Being able to move that projectile after shooting. Ultimately though, Texas A&M able to ward off the assault there from Stout. Few of them fall, forced to back out, and then of course Flack doing Flack things. You know, he'll be anywhere on this dang map.
He will. Something that I'm a little cautious about Stout that we did see from our Mankato match was the Zarya comp was a very good counter to Ball because Ball cannot really effectively get on anything or achieve any pressure because as long as Zarya keeps one bubble in the tank, anything Ball goes on lives forever. You know what I mean? It's like an immortality button. And Spinal is forced to take these bad angles. He does trade out on the Zarya, so this is Stout's moment to shine. We do. Okay, well, we're forcing out a lot of other ultimates and stuff like that.
That was an interesting day.
TAMU. Flag is actually 1 health. The 2 support players seeing if they can get out. Reaper is chasing them. That's kind of a scary sight if you ask me. I'm smelling maybe throwing that Wu Yang ultimate on the Lucio here and sending him into Narnia. That's what I'm smelling.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, on the ball.
On the ball here, I think immediately slept as well by Cupid's Soldier. Not ideal, but Spinal will get some revenge there. Take down Cupid's Soldier, though the Wu Yang down for the side of Stout. Spinal will fall to the ult from Coconut. Ball unable as well will fall to the rail gun as well, and now it is all on one Sombra. Southwest very smartly choosing to get out, but yeah, the Zarya comp completely shutting down Flack right now, who is forced, can't swap to the Ram, of course, forced to swap to Reinhardt.
This is the beginning of the end for Texas A&M. I've seen this before. First it starts with the Rhine, and then after EMPM, May will appear, and then a Bastion if all hope is lost.
Remember, folks, we are after that dub as Stout gonna lead off here with with 2 kills. We'll pick up 2, including the tank, and will ultimately take control of the cart. Crybaby able to get out there at the last second as this ride swap so far has proved successful for Stout. Southwest picking up a dub on that low health Eve as Crybaby backs out low health on the Reaper so many times.
Taigai, every time you're... Oh, and he gets picked off last second. I was just about to talk about him. Taigai, every single time that you mention this Reaper, this Crybaby guy on the other team, I keep almost needing to feel like I need to remind you to be nice, you know. But then I realize that that's his actual name. I'm like, you can't talk about him like that.
I think after a death like that, he may be crying.
He may be crying.
He may be crying.
You know what? I wouldn't blame him.
I wouldn't blame him. The amount of times I've died off to a Sombra in the back. I say that as a Moira player. I've definitely killed someone with my orbs from far back. As Wanter sniping with the right click on Zarya off the back of his own ult as Texas A&M will reclaim the payload here and push it towards the way of UW-Stout as Ryan hiding in a corner, if you can even call it that. As well as Southwest on a flank behind. The action kicking off. Zarya might not realize that they're a little bit surrounded. Will back off in time. Railgun shot straight into Zarya's shields. Currently hasn't picked up even a shot yet. Just so much damage, though, from both the Wu Yang around the corner and just Zarya AoE. pretty much shuts down Spinal's ult, though it did make some space for them. Southwest will fall. Ryan caught way out in the corner. Flack, you are not on that ball anymore, and will ultimately fall as Texas A&M doesn't have to spend too much for another fight win.
It's very interesting, actually. This is one of the maps that Stout is known for. That it seems that they're struggling a little bit more on this. I'm curious if Spinal is going to look to make a swap here, or if he's going to stick with his Sojourn. Looks like he's sticking with it for right now. I would really like to see Stout actually make some swaps here, because the Ryan seems like it's starting to work, but Texas A&M still has a very, very generous 70-meter lead on UW-Stout right now.
It's a very generous 70-meter lead, as well as 3 ults currently up, but Krope will get his soon. The pin on Zarya brings her low, bubble out, but so does the purple one as well. EMP down. A lot of blinking health bars, but ultimately it's going to be Southwest who falls. Coconut trying to pop heads here with the ult pop. Wanter will pick up your pocket cat. Spinal, though, trades on to Crybaby. Coconut ultimately not picking off anyone with the ult, but down goes Spinal, down goes Flack. And for Stout, it looked good for a second, but ultimately unable to convert.
See, this is the power of a Zarya, is the Zarya can just kind of negate whoever they're going on, and UW-Stout is kind of doing exactly what I need them to do and start making some swaps. We're looking at maybe what a Hazard could do here, maybe what a maybe what other characters can do. Trying to pocket Spinal, barely gets out of there. Definitely a white knuckle moment there for Spinal.
Yeah, definitely a white knuckle moment there for Spinal. As now, UW-Stout, Texas A&M, mostly just a poke fight. We've seen this poke fight happen a lot over the course of this match. Now on the Hazard for Flag, he is spinning the wheel of fortune here as he will fall, but does manage to pick up 2 alongside Spinal. Southwest picks 1 up on the Reaper, and Stout finally with a very decisive win over Texas A&M for the first time in a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny. As much as Flack is known for his ball character right now, when Hazard was first released, he was quite freak maxing. You know, he would quite often play that Hazard character and win almost all of his games with it, because that Hazard character upon release was busted.
It was
disgusting.
That was disgusting.
They're not quite so bad right now, but they're definitely one of the stronger tanks in the game, with a lot of one-shot potential, especially onto TAMU's fairly squishy support backline and Soj.
Yeah, and back still on the Hazard. Manages to get Eve out there, but ultimately will not be able to pick up a kill. Slept and ulted. That's unfortunate. That is not what you want to see on your screen, as your tank slept and then Zarya ulted. Is now Stout without a tank, just run down by Texas A&M, as Texas A&M once more will take cart, and you have to think from here on out it's going to be have-to-win fights for the side of Stout.
It's going to be like back-to-back overtime. Southwest coming in here with a barrage, getting ready. Flack trying to make some space here. Southwest falling very low, needing to chill. There's not a lot of rapid healing on Stout's side right now, which means if anybody gets low like that, it is pretty much a instant back off. Reaper TPing up there, gets the Zarya bubble, tries to Wraith out. Stout trying to block him in, gets the Zarya bubble again, which means he gets out just fine. What a crazy perk.
Yeah, no, these perks are absolutely insane. The Southwest goes for the last second ult, the fadeaway shot, but ultimately blocked down by Coconut with the headshot from the railgun. Krope will pop ult just to stall for time. Nano comes out the Wu Yang ult on Lucio, maybe a few fights too late. Your pocket cat picks up 2 with that. Krope will fall to the Rose Petal ult there of Crybaby, who will fall himself as well. And now Stout, 7 seconds left, trying all they can into the fence and will ultimately win. But now here out, you have to be perfect, as it's going to be overtime with the entirety of the map to go.
Yes. Admittedly, I've seen crazier victories be pulled out before. I'm not entirely ready to count Stout out yet, but this is a tall hill to climb and a lot of rocks along the way.
Yeah, a lot of rocks along the way and coming at you. They're
Yeah.
not sitting idly by. As Flack on this hazard spots out the entirety of Texas A&M, will get mollied out of position there. As Reaper gonna dive in on ult with the bubble, does so much to protect him. As now Flack holding out on the point, just trying to ensure that that overtime can continue as his team has just dived in the backline, but it's all falling apart here for Stout. The backline falls, everyone's forced out, and ultimately Stout unable to do it as Texas A&M dominates on a map 2, sending this series 1-1, all tied up.
Yeah. Stout, they need to take some time to regroup, take a deep breath. They've got their locked-in faces on right now. They're getting ready to re-strategize, replan, see what the next move is going to be.
Yeah, see what the next move will be. Hopefully these fans can cheer them on and hopefully bring them a bit better luck for map 3. As hopefully we'll be able to send to that map 3 fairly soon here. As we're going to sit and watch Busan Cow. I've been petitioning. I think we got to get Flack the hamster onesie.
I would spend money on that.
Is it on sale? It goes on sale sometimes for like $50.
Truly be wonderful. I think we need to go to Build-A-Bear and we need to get a Busan cow, but we need to make it blue. The blue San cow for UW-Stout.
Yeah. This is very important, folks. I am looking this up.
We are doing extensive research.
It is on sale for $70 right now. Plus, we can get 10% off when you sign up and save with your email, and then immediately cancel out of all the Blizzard emails.
Well, thank goodness for everybody on the Overwatch team. We're already all signed up for the Blizzard emails. It's too bad right now. I would love to see our this is not a paid advertisement, by the way.
We are a Pepsi school. It should be noted. So, we can rep that Mountain Dew. Anything else, you will not see Coca-Cola within 40 miles of this facility.
I wish Mountain Dew would have that right there. That's a killer advertisement.
That's pretty goated right there.
No, but we're doing extensive research on this hamster costume right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm leaning towards buying it for the guy.
I think we should. I think we should get all the Overwatch players like pitch in $5. You know what I'm saying? But hear this. Roll into Cozy Chaos with the Overwatch 2 Hammond Kigurumi. The ultimate way to channel everyone's favorite agile wrecking ball. Made from ultra soft premium fleece. This full body one piece captures Hammond's playful charm and unmistakable look in perfect detail. The bright colors, expressive embroidered face, and perky hamster ears bring the daring hero to life, while the plush background and signature hamster tail complete the look. Whether you're lounging at home, attending a gaming marathon, or showing off your Overwatch spirit at a cosplay event, or even playing for a collegiate team in Kato Clash, this onesie.
Guys, it says it right there on the Overwatch website. It talks about Kato Clash.
It does. It definitely does. This onesie delivers comfort, character, and fun in one adorable package. Wrap yourself in warmth and mischief as you roll into action. The Overwatch 2 Hammond onesie is the perfect combination of relaxation and hero-level cuteness for fans of all ages.
Prod, can we get the Overwatch 2 Hammond onesie on the screen right now? I think this would be a lovely thing to show our viewers.
And while we wait for maybe that to happen, I'm not too confident in that. We're going to cut. Our next mode is going to be hybrid for map 3.
Okay, hybrid. I believe we might be looking at a King's Row here.
I do love Scrim's Row.
I'm trying to think of the other maps, the other hybrid maps that we may like. We are not. We are a lovely Eichenwald school. We will play some Eichenwald. We're doing map bans currently right now.
Eichenwald is banned. Thank goodness.
Not by Stout. I will have everyone know. That was a TAMU ban.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of Germany down there in Texas.
No.
Sucks. It's a beautiful countryside.
It
lovely,
is.
Lovely ruined
It is.
castle and dead on.
Yeah, I was about to say a lot of robots lying around. Need scrap metal, folks? Just go to Eichenwald.
An engineer's dream.
It is. It is an engineer's dream.
I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for these bans and picks
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Stout discussing, thinking.
Choosing.
You know what? Every time I get stressed about the outcome of this match, I look up and I see my wonderful Busan cow. Truly.
We have just been told we cannot show the Hammond onesie, and I am sad.
I wish the
about
Prague
it.
guys would come out and just say, Odin, I hate you. That's what I wish they would say instead. There's a lot of discussion happening with bans right now. It is very, very, very curious. But it has just come to my attention that Scrims Row has been selected.
Oh my goodness. I have like a disgusting amount of hours in Scrims Row.
I think every Overwatch.
I think
team
every
ever.
Overwatch, yeah. If you have played Overwatch in
It's-
any sort of
It's
organized
the perfect
capacity,
map.
it is.
You
It
can play
is.
anything on it.
Yes. I've played
If
way
anyth-
too much Flank Moira on it. That right side on the first point, ooh man, that was my terror. Those were my wrecking grounds,
I
bro.
believe. So, coming into this next map, for comps that I'm thinking that we're going to see, I have a feeling we might see that Ramatra pick come back out because it seemed to do very, very well against the TAMU Zarya.
And so the next map is to be announced.
Even though
Allegedly.
we
Yeah, we know
just announced it. There we go.
Hey, it's still to be announced. But those comps will be interesting. As we have banned Sojourn, and Texas A&M is becoming sick of Krilp's Lucio, as they have banned that one away.
Ooh, I'm not surprised. They're going down and banning the one tricks one by one.
Yes. First the ball.
It's a shame Jonah Fred's not in here, otherwise we get to see him crash.
Blizzard banned that one. All right.
Blizzard beat him to the punch.
Yeah. Yeah, Blizzard ultimately, of course, having Tracer with that bug.
A 1-1 status right now for this match between Stout and TAMU, and honestly, I'm loving it. It's two high skill teams. I know Stout was excited for this match. I know in a lot of situations coming up against a tough opponent can be very nerve-wracking. However, Stout was almost giddy for this one.
Yeah.
The only downside of this match was playing it on patch day. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, with metas and turbulent winds, it's kind of hard to decide and lock down what we think is good.
It really shows the adaptability of a team, something I think we know that Stout has in the past historically struggled with.
Yes.
You take a look at the state land of last year. Ultimately, Orisa went up in priority, and that can, they played some teams that had very good Orisa players. And ultimately, when you rely a lot on a ball, well, spears, every key on the keyboard, Orisa shuts that down. So a lot of adaptability actually going to have to come out when you play on that patch stand. I think to the mention they were giddy. I think a lot of that also comes from the fact that they didn't get the match against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That was, a very anticipated
We're
match.
very bummed about that.
Yeah.
It was something that came up a little bit last minute with Cincinnati, an issue I think with some of their players, and we were all actually on our way to the arena. And
Most of the team was actually even here.
We got the news, and it was a bit of a bummer. We were all a little bit disappointed that day. We hope we get to see them in LAN.
Yeah.
I'm anticipating we might see them in LAN. I'm hoping to get that rematch and see how it actually plays out.
As we head into the game here, waiting to get ready for both sides. Flack is going to be back on that Ramantra, and Wanter, absolute Zarya merchant, I guess, has been on the Zarya for most of the game, though they did swap to the Ramantra the one time on the first map in an attempt to shut down Stout, but ultimately did not work for them, as Stout's going to play on this defense first. Not surprised to see the Mei and Bastion out, but Your Pocket Cat swapped to the Baptiste, as Krelp unable to play his Lucio on that Wu Yang.
Admittedly, his Wu Yang is probably his second best character right now, next to
Ooh.
maybe Brig. Early damage takes off the armor from Flag. They do have eyes on him right now. He's playing that high ground. Um, Stout's comp right now is like a giant crab claw, not letting them get near and pinstring when they make a mistake.
Yeah, definitely that flank damage, not flank, poke damage, huge coming out of the side of Stout, especially from Southwest. Willing to give up the point here to Texas A&M to an extent, choosing to be passive on it, though Flack now diving down at a little bit of low health. Ultimately, Bat will come in and bail him out, but the sleep will bring him down to half health. There goes Southwest, antied and shot by Hanzo, and now Stout played passively, like you said, like that crab claw, but ultimately the spear there of Texas A&M just too much to weather as Stout is forced to fall way back as Texas A&M captures the point.
Yeah, unfortunately that Zarya is full charge, and having a Reaper there, admittedly right now these Reaper perks kind of disgust me. They make me want to vomit because that character is a 300 health assassin that does 900 damage with one ability.
Yes.
You know, and that is a hard pill to swallow, especially with the Zarya who just, you know, kind of goes in. Stout looking for the retake. Cleanse coming out, being forced. Ooh, a headshot from Southwest. Takes down Cupid. Looking to bully the Zarya in this room. No bubbles left. Maybe swapping out of the Hanzo. Ooh, but both fall. Spinal, unfortunately, loses life for that play.
Yeah, unfortunate there for the side of Texas A&M. Ultimately forced back off the payload. Stout finally, arguably for the first time in this whole map, in control of the point, right? Ultimately off the back of some good play. 3 ults in the bank for them, as well as soon to be Texas A&M. The wall coming out isn't going to manage to get anybody walled off, but the May ult coming out to zone off Texas A&M. Forced back, though it does not get anybody frozen. And now Texas A&M with the 2 ults going to use Crybabies. He'll pick up one. Not even one. Gets the Bat Immortality, but will fall. Texas A&M pushing Stout back. Window out. But ultimately, it will not be enough as Texas A&M pretty quickly ran past it and just shut down Stout.
The Zarya character is a little bit of a menace right now. It is definitely a scary day for non-Zarya players and paradise for our pink Russian-haired fans. Spinal looking to use his ult, maybe get a pick, maybe allow Stout to take some control of this map. Unfortunately, admittedly, I don't even know what Stout does differently here. Like, Reaper is just kind of allowed to walk into their backline whenever he wants, and like Zarya just bubbles him and gets him out. That was a gnarly grab dragon there. Not much you can do to live that. No, the only reason Southwest does is because he gets immune with his block. Black needs to chill. Crybaby looking to maybe capitalize on him being low health. TAMU looking to maybe stabilize. Big purple coming out from Eve. Forces Flack to back up a little bit, respect the damage from Hanzo and Reaper. He gets slept. Wu Yang sitting with Wave. If he does get pushed, it looks like both teams are going to take a little bit of a reset, and Stout is going to give some space.
We say that as Crybaby manages to pick up the kill on Spinal somehow. A lot of damage coming from those shotguns. Now the man advantage the way of Texas A&M. They are gonna pop the ult onto the Zarya as Flack tries to defend his best. Southwest will go down in that initial burst. Spinal does pick up the trade there onto Coconut. Wanter, though, takes down the tank, and now Stout, nobody there to contest the point. All of them way back as Texas A&M storms to 3-0 with 3 minutes and 42 remaining for them in a possible overtime.
That was quite a push.
That was.
From TAMU.
That was.
Stout needs to shore up their defense a little bit, kind of patch some holes, maybe stack some sand, if you will. Admittedly, it's kind of just a meta diff right now. Stout is playing an older comp that I guess has fallen out of meta a little bit. but this Reaper Zarya is brutal.
Then they haven't executed it as cleanly as they did, say, on map 1. Map 1, they caught a lot of people out with the May walls, were able to shut down a lot of people, especially because obviously on Lijiang, you know, certain parts of different Lijiang maps have less verticality to them. Like, you know, King's Row, obviously a very open map, right? But ultimately here, Texas A&M just executing very well. No real response also onto Eve, right? Eve has antied so many times so well and just has forced Stout back when maybe they didn't need to. And then, of course, the Crybaby Wanter combo, right? Just Reaper goes in, throw a bubble on him, and Stout, they can burst down the bubble, but they just haven't been able to burst down that Reaper.
I think what I'd like to see from them is it really sucks giving the Zarya charge, but I think we just need 5 guns on that man, you know? Ooh, and Southwest, it is difficult to play that into a Hanzo Ana, and Spinal as well feeling the brunt of that.
Yeah, no, Eve on this Ana, an actual laser. Able to play that main support character right into your Pocket Cat Krill to flex supports. Coconut will pick off Southwest again. That's already 2 deaths this map. This round, pardon me, so far, and that's real rough. Southwest gonna save the flying for a different day, maybe when it's not raining arrows out. As Spinal will fall once again to Eve, an absolute sniper. Wall comes out, will wall off Zarya, but not enough DPS to really make a difference for that. Southwest picks up a headshot there, almost takes one down. Flak now way far in. It's gonna slow up a little here as the fight for point begins. Zarya walled off, able to run around it, pops bubble on self. As Flak is slowly getting burst down. Spinal now on the Widow, does shoot down his nemesis Eve. As now, Stout able to control this point for the first time, picking up percentage on it as Flak chooses to bypass the tank, go for the back line, but ultimately no one will be picked off here yet. Coconut in a bit of a rough spot, brought down low and dead, pinned in by the ice block as finally Flak picks up one, Krill picks up one, Wanter trades one back, Southwest down, but Wanter low and gone, and Stout now in control, trying to pick up this stagger on Eve, but ultimately gonna be unable to do it. Flak's really running for it.
He's got a penchant for vengeance, and oh my god. You know, this Spinal guy, he went last semester actually, he was Stout's flex DPS. His Genji Tracer was his game, a little bit of Venture as well. But he went on a hit scan arc over the summer. Hours and hours of Kovacs, lots of Widow. His Widow has become something quite feared. And it seems like that insta-kill potential is definitely starting to catch TAMU off guard a little bit. They're not necessarily ready for the instant one-shot headshot that's coming down range. Eve gets caught, solo ulted by Flak, worth it.
Arguably duo solo ulted. The Wu Yang ult coming out there for Flak as well, popping his own on that one. Will take down Eve, who has been a bit of a menace, as Southwest takes down the Reaper. Cupid Soldier down now, as well as Stout turns this fight around, picks up Coconut and Wanter as well for that team kill. As Stout now able to push the payload uncontested. It's gonna be on Texas A&M to turn this one around. Eve very wisely choosing not to peek the corner against Spinal's Widow, just using that emote to look around in the third person there. As the cart approaches the point, gonna be interesting to see if Texas A&M even contests. They are gonna be able to get there in time, 0.1% there, but immediately kill Wanter. Crybaby snipes down Krill though, but it doesn't matter. Payload secured, and 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go here for Stout as they have control of the point.
We've seen the comms kind of devolve a little bit and become very, very similar. Unfortunately, Spinal is in a really, really tough spot because not only can Widow click his head and kill him, the Hanzo can fire an arrow in his hemisphere, you know, and then somehow he'll just die.
And
Blizzard coming out.
And speaking of death, Flak nearly falls there. Gonna pop the Nano onto Wanter, pardon me. Both sides now running the Ramatra. Wanter able to shield off the side of Stout as Crybaby through the crowd picks off Krilp once more. Flak will fall to a hail of arrows by Coconut. And Stout, it looked good there for a second. They brought Wanter down low, forced out the Nano, but Texas A&M just turned it right around.
Stout has about 10, 15 seconds now of time that they're just going to chill because, unfortunately, walking into Widow Hanzo's sights is just not on the docket. Maybe fight planning right now, discussing. Um, TAMU also knows that they've got this time. Stout's looking to start moving now that that Widow sights is ending.
Yeah, Widow Sight's ending finally. UW-Stout able to breathe just a little bit. Shield's going to go down there for Flak. Coconut brought help, but healed back up immediately as now the Widow and the Hanzo in a bit of a fight. Long range poke, both sides will miss the shot as Crybaby has Krilp's number on speed dial. Has shut him down for the third time in a row. The support falling quickly for Stout. As Water caught out, frozen alone, but healed through, able to live, and now Southwest without any cooldowns we brought down. Your Pocket Cat also brought down from afar as Texas A&M off the back of their Widow primarily just cannot miss a shot. Stout, though, this time will have their own Widow ult for a change. They know where everyone else is, but will that even make a difference as Flak pressures forward? He spots out the Hanzo, unable to pick up the kill there. Ana healing him, but the Flak ult out as they'll pick up two. Stout, the man advantage their way now as Texas A&M forced way back into defense. They'll regroup, trying to live just for one more fight, but it won't matter as Stout picks up two of them and forces them inside the doors as Stout looks to pick up the win of their own. Go to 3 here. The Ramatra ult comes out. Half health on Wanter. He will live through it, though. The Ana healing is so much. Krilp picks up Coconut, but Crybaby picks up Krilp again before his own death. Eve brings down Spinal. It's a pretty even matchup now as Texas A&M has forced back UW-Stout. Southwest will lose the duel of the Genjis as now Texas A&M pretty miraculously saves the point.
This is a pretty intense fights coming back and forth here. Admittedly, coming into this next fight, which, oh my goodness. It started out really good at the beginning. Bennett caught them off guard by playing, maybe get the pick on Coconut here. Pulling out all the stops, all the cooldowns to secure that kill. Stout, I would like to see them walk quickly here, considering they've got close spawns. TAMU is lucky that that pick does not actually set them back too much because the Genji just needs to walk right outside. Oh, Southwest takes down Crybaby. That's big considering Krilp has not been able to gain much ground with Crybaby watching his every move.
Yeah, Crybaby, that is a big shot down here as Southwest on the flank. Kiriko will fall to the dash, though Coconut will trade right back on the same exact character. Flak now trying to do anything to push this cart forward, though Coconut with the Genji ult picks up 3 and shuts down Stout at the end. Any hope for a victory went down at the big blade of Coconut as he slices UW-Stout a peg down as Texas A&M goes up 2-1 and sends us straight to a match point for Texas A&M, folks. We'll be right back after this break.
listen to myself. I'm always trying to second guess these things. Everything I felt, but you just had me tied up in your strings. And maybe it was all in my head, girl, I'm all in my head. But you just made me feel so insecure. All in my head, girl, I'm sick in my head. And I thought you'd be my cure. But you were never what I need. I need. You were never what I need. It's never all that bad. Could've swore that we were last lovers in the wintertime, sending chills down my spine. And all we do is run in circles. Yeah, we run in circles. And I can't let go. Yeah. I got all these demons, went through hell just to conceal them. Then I got so fucked up on your love. Now I'm over the feeling. Now I'm dealing with feelings. Something more than enough. And maybe it was all in my head, but you just made me feel so insecure. All in my head, sick
Are we
in
back,
my
folks?
head.
Hey, and we are back after a small break there as Texas A&M storms to a commanding lead 2-1 and brings us to a match point here for this best of 5 in Kato Clash. I am Ty Guy, once again joined here by Odin. As we do have the next deets on the next match here. It's going to be, the mode is going to be Escort, and we are going to be playing on Shambali Monastery, as they have banned Hazard, the side of Texas A&M, and UW-Stout has chosen to ban that Widow. Kroop would indeed like to play the game.
I like that Widow ban. It seemed to kind of run the lobby a little bit last round. I think they got that second pick. Something I was a little concerned going into this map is we're planning. Oh my goodness! I'm sorry. I gotta pause what I'm saying. What a lad! Look at him. Look how excited he is.
I don't think he realizes that Mountain Dew is a Pepsi company.
Oh yeah, he's hiding it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he realizes.
They're locking in. They're refreshing. Look at Southwest. He's
Yeah, locked in, shaking hands.
I was just out there speaking with him.
Yeah.
Conversing.
Yeah.
Discussing, strategizing, cheerleading.
You know, I was going to tell them that, down and out this moment, I was going to tell them that, I saw a little of myself in them. And I realized that that's a bad thing. And, I decided against talking to them.
Danny then went over and was like, I've never seen any of myself in any of you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Quite frankly, I hope they don't see any of themselves in of me and them. As I think the only one, I think they're all realizing that the restroom may be a place that's real. Cool as a cucumber, our import slot here.
Kroll would call it Tinkletown, the Whiz Palace.
Okay, let's cut this now.
My producers backstage are not the biggest fans. Lack of whimsy is what I might say.
Yes.
Look at Josiah there.
Where's his jersey?
That is a really good question. Someone tell Josiah to put a jersey on.
We have a blank.
Why is he not wearing that?
Someone in the prod room, throw him the blank. It's in the top shelf.
I want to see just a shirt hit him in the face from off camera.
I do. Throw it at him. As we will zoom in on Busan Kao.
Oh, and Southwest locking back in.
Locking back in. The jitters out. There we have our new hit scan player, I guess, because last year, obviously, as you mentioned, played Flex DPS. Of course, that is Spinal. As now we're just looking at a great.
To be fair, it's a great.
It is a great. I now am putting two and two together. Please never say that again.
Whatever.
Please never make those puns again.
Dude, this school does not deserve my punny humor. That's all I'm going to say. Stout seems to be settling back in. Flex support, your Pocket Cat deciding to rejoin the comp stage. Southwest listening to some tunes. You know, a little fun fact that I will share about the Stout Overwatch team. Fans of the Donkey Kong Country Returns soundtrack.
Ah. What a very specific choice.
Truly. Cody Kripp was the one that put all of us onto that. If any of you are looking for some calming, jazzy, funky music to the tune of bananas eating and coconuts crunching, ask Cody Kripp for his favorite tracks.
Yeah. I actually played the new Donkey Kong game. The one on the Switch 2.
Yes, how was that?
But it's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It did look good.
It
did not look $700 good, but it looked good.
Yeah. I don't know if buying the Switch 2 was worth it. That's the hard part. It was fun. It was fun. It was a good few hours of fun. Don't know if it was $70
Yeah.
of fun.
It seemed like maybe a solid $40, $50 game.
It was like a good $50 worth.
Yeah.
In my opinion. It was a fun game. I'm excited for the new Pokemon to come out in a few days here. I am fully prepared to be let down, if I'm being honest.
God, what a beautiful map, Shamali is.
Truly.
What a truly beautiful map. Ooh, this is the comp that's I've been waiting for them. I've been waiting to see all night. This is the Zarya. You don't get to have any fun ever. Comp.
Is it now?
It is, and see, they're waiting because Zarya is just gonna walk up, and the plan here. This is what I would like to see from Stout. If they decide to walk up left, if TAMU walks up left and tries to take high ground, Stout is going to flip point and play from the backside. Oh, they know though. They know.
And then spotted out finally. The jig is up here for the side of Stout, spotted out by a flanking Freya. As now the game plan changes, playing all around. Texas A&M swarming all over that point. Coconut will fall early on. Cheers coming from the crowd. You can hear them in the caster booth at that first blood as he went around all the way back, ultimately caught out there, though. The fight now, Texas A&M choosing to go for this high ground here.
Stout doing exactly what we need them to do, going for that flank, flipping point. It is now a retake. Will they be able to get out? Oh, the wall comes out, and the fray goes down. That's what I like to see. More cheers coming out from the Stout crowd. It is an even game right now, although maybe slightly in favor of TAMU as we lost the support to their Freya. Look at that Freya character, by the way. 90% ult charge on a basically insta-kill ult. What a fun game Overwatch 2 is.
Yeah, 30-second ultimate nearly coming up here for the side of Texas A&M. Finally able to take control of this point, able to force Stout back down a choke. They know where they're coming from. All out, but the bat immortality to bail them all out. Though the anti coming through there, Coconut will pop Krill and your Pocket Cat and Spinal. Swept alive is Southwest, and Crybaby will steal the ace away from his Sojourn as Texas A&M sweeps right over Stout off the back of some great Soj play from Coconut.
Ooh, Flax secures a kill on Coconut. He's greedy. Stout wants to touch this. They want to contest. I don't know if they're going to. They just barely grab it. 0.58 meters to go. The wall coming in. No fun for Zarya mode has been activated. Southwest chilling. Spinal looking for the... Oh my god, he takes the dub there. Oh, and there he goes. Are they going to chase him? Do they get the kill before he falls off the map? Nope. Eve decides to reset early.
At the very last second, 0.58 meters left to go, I do believe. Stout able to turn that one around, and now the ult's in favor of them. Two already ready. Southwest will get his rapidly as Texas A&M finally putting one on for Coconut on the board. Spinal caught out in the corner. Crybaby will take him down as now UW-Stout looks to turn this onto their advantage. Rushing forward, ultimately won't pick up anyone else other than just stalled time here. Now Tech, both sides on 4 ults, soon to be 5. This next fight could be fairly explosive from these two teams looking to bash through the shield. Here comes Bastion now, turret out, hindered and nearly brought down. Flak just absorbing so much of the damage here on that Ramatra. The grab ult used by Zarya. Coconut picked up from the hell from above there from the Bastion. And now Southwest on the flank. Here comes the freeze, but he is slapped. Watcher takes down one, so does Crybaby, picking up a second on the Southwest. It was almost the flank that was needed, but it's been turned right around by Texas A&M off the back of the sleep on Eve, and now Fleck all alone against a full charge Zarya is not the fight you want, as this time I don't think Stout's going to be able to touch inside, and that hit by the Freya almost guarantees it, as Texas A&M able to secure the first point with 2 minutes 30 to go.
Southwest in a tricky spot. He's going to need some care out. Looks like he's going to get it from your pocket cat. Blocks the Freya ultimate, which is very good for Stout coming into this next fight. They're not going to have to worry about getting one shot by that ultimate. We still have the Ramatra ult, but TAMU has Coconut and Wanter's ult, both grab and overcharge online. Stout needs to be careful. This is a tasty grab angle that I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, grab out. Ultimately, gonna be able to pick up a kill on Krilp there. Spinal drops one onto Coconut. Now the Ramatra all popped out for the side of Stout. It has ended now, but it did allow Flak to move up very far. They'll pick up two, and it is just enough, even with him falling, for UW-Stout to turn the tables and even by the looks of it, get themselves quite the stagger here onto Eve.
Yeah, that is a very, very good stagger. That is another 10 seconds that TAMU is going to be stunted from grabbing any point progress here. Building up on some ultimates. Flat getting a little greedy there. A greedy Gale, some might call him. Trying to chase into their spawn. Maybe not what we want to see, especially with the characters that they have. The Screw the Zarya button has come out, and no more Zarya. She disappeared. It's Stout's best magic trick.
Stout's best magic trick that they do need to be pulling off a little bit more often. As they do catch out the Zarya. Coconut will trade one back onto Spinal, as Crybaby, unable to pick up the kill onto the Baptiste. Way back there will fall.
Another pretty big stagger, by the way.
Yes.
Like another little bit of time. Sleep coming out. They have to guard your pocket cat here. The ice block coming out from Southwest. It's going to be a little bit tense coming into this next fight. I would like them to play a little bit slower until Southwest has his safety button.
Yeah, walled off now. Wanted the wall there, unable to defeat him though. The sleep onto the opposing Ramatra. Coconut takes down.
Big beat coming out.
Only the BAP utility there, as Coconut will fall. Beat out now for Stout. They will rush forward with everything they have in these last 15 seconds. They'll take down a few. Crybaby picks up Krilp. Spinal and Flak comboing there will pick up Eve and Crybaby. Your Bugcat picks up Wanter, and that will probably be all she writes there for the side of Texas A&M. As the kill on Cupid Soldier goes there, and Texas A&M only able to push the payload 88 meters. Stout, they don't even need two, just one, and a little bit of change.
Those are my beautiful boys. They had a little bit of a rough showing on Scrimrow, you know. Sometimes it's not in London, you know what I mean? Sometimes the W is not there. We had to take a little trip up to Nepal.
Yes.
To the mountains in the Shambhala Monastery. We seem to have found a little bit of footing.
Yes, a little bit of footing there for the side of UW-Stout. Very much needed here on this match point.
Now
Texas A&M, though.
I pray
Yeah.
Flack does not get cocky and pull out a ball. I pray. I'm okay. Okay. He put on his big boy brain today because, oh my, I could have saw a ball coming out there and that would have been scary.
Folks, we did joke earlier that it could be a raw steak and that Flack would still go for it. And it is unfortunately kind of true.
Yep. Ball, unfortunately, for Stout is selectable right now, which means at any point in time, Flack could decide he does not want to win this one. The beauty of the situation that we're going into right now is if Stout manages to keep this momentum going and they manage to take this map, TAMU has been very, very strong on a Zarya comp, which we have not used a Zarya ban yet. We could take this, ban Zarya next map, and potentially have a simpler map 3 with a little bit less stress.
Yeah, especially a match point map if Stout is able to convert this and take the dub. They did their work on defense. They held Texas A&M just to 88 meters, but now the dirty work has to get done here on the offense. They have to convert their stellar defense into a dub here. This fight's going to kick off. Wanter just in defense here as Bastion sending bullets down range, unable to convert even with the grenade. Here comes Freya though. Crybaby lands a few and Cupid Soldier will clean it off. There goes down southwest. Freya, this character is not broken at all. Picks up 3 for Texas A&M.
That is a little bit hard to see. Krilp does trade out on Cupid Soldier, which coming into this, they both got a very similar death timer. It is going to take Cupid Soldier a lot longer to get back. Now, what the Kiri could do is TP back mid-fight, basically cutting that time in half, but then they're a sitting duck. So
Yeah.
Stout needs to press this fast, which it looks like they know, and they're going. They need to look for an early fight, potentially. Ooh, Dragon comes out, stalling the fight. Supports need to care as there's 2 hungry bears looking at them, both a Freya and a Ramon.
And
Stout comes out with the rush.
And Wanter picks up 1. The Kiriko rush into defense. Wanter might be caught out here. His shield will save him just for a little bit. Flak takes him down. Coconut, though, picks up the Storm Arrow onto southwest. Kiriko caught out here will TP away. As Stout has somewhat, I say that Crybaby will fall to the explosive damage there from Crybaby. Storm Arrow coming out on Flak, antied and falls as Texas A&M turns what almost seemed like a lost fight into a win.
It's the beauty of these one-shot characters. TAMU is running, 3 different characters that can do upwards of like 130 damage with 1 bullet, which admittedly is a very, very scary thing, especially with an Ana sleep, Ramatra slow, all those different things. And then with Sonar as well, all these characters just like, look at this. This Freya knows exactly where Stout is all the time. Very, very scary.
Yeah, very, very scary for them as Spinal will fall. Another Dragon from Texas A&M already out. Coconut has been building them up fast. Nano onto the Ramatra.
They need to burn him now. They need to burn him now. There we go.
Will fall, like you said, burnt down as Stout finally picks up a team fight win. Desperately needed, but the big thing there, Texas A&M only used that Hanzo ult. They still have 3 in the...
Used Nano as
and
well.
Nano,
which
yeah,
was,
Nano.
It was unfortunately Stout not looking at any ultimates, so this is TAMU's fight to win. However, getting that Nano out was huge. That is big because now it means that like when Ramatra does ult, he might not be which he is going to look to do here any second now with the rush. The wall coming out, letting Stout maybe restructure, maybe lock in. Ooh, trades out Eve. That's a good trade. Can Stout back out? Can Flak live? They're looking to burn him. He does pull out the ultimate. No armor though. Very killable if Stout wants to. They're looking. He's blocking. He is getting healed. The rush comes out from your Pocket Cat, walling off the Hanzo. Stout looking very, very hard here. Maybe stabilizing. Looking hard at the Hanzo. Will Flak and your Pocket Cat be able to take him out? Flak frontlining very, very well right now. Building close to beat and overclock. Flak also 30 to ult right now. It is kind of a stall out. Who is going to win? Stout is in overtime. Big anti comes out. Spinal falls. Your Pocket Cat falls. Dragon onto Flak. Slept in the Dragon. Ooh, just outside the Dragon. Southwest and Flak fighting for their lives right now. Krilp comes in with the beat. The Blizzard comes out from Southwest. Will Flak ultimate. It looks like they're cleaning up. Ooh, it's very, very close right now. Looks like Eve just got back. And that is a TAMU victory.
That is all she wrote for UW-Stout there as Texas A&M wins the last fight. So many ults popped in there. A great effort from Stout, but ultimately unable to convert the defense to the offensive side. A tough match there for Stout. Like you said, both these teams, very great teams, as unfortunately Stout will now go down, no longer undefeated. 4-1 will be tied here with Texas A&M, who managed to pick up the dub. Shout out, of course, unfortunate there for Stout. Though shout out, of course, to the Esports Club for showing up even in defeat. So many people from the club showed up today for a great watch party, able to watch our team and root our team on live. Also, for folks tuning in, check out this Thursday stream for Super Smash Brothers, where Stout looks to bounce back from a loss last week and pick up a dub in the Kato Clash series. However, even beyond that, this Saturday, folks, October 18th, check out Red Cedar Rumble, UW-Stout's varsity's first hosted event that is bringing not only local rivalries here, but even revving the engines up for Big Ten teams like the Gophers and Michigan State. Tune in Saturday on Twitch or in person live here at the Esports Arena and watch some great Rocket League play. I've been Ty Guy, joined once more, thank you very much, with Odin. Thank you for casting, and of course, shout out to Blink, our producer. We hope you all have a nice night, folks.
Take care.
Yep, that's how they go sometimes.